Good morning, students. In today's class of Managing Change in Organization, we will discuss a case study. In the previous classes, we have understood the various concepts that are present in our syllabus regarding conflict, group development. In today's class, after the completion of Unit 1 course material, we'll start with the case study basing on the subject matter of the Unit 1. The name of the case study is Shirley and Abdul. So what happened in this case study? We'll discuss this. Shirley and Abdul case study. Shirley and Abdul both work for a software development company. They were the employees in a software development company. The manager of the new product division was originally the leader of the project team. So there was a manager who was heading the new product division, and he was also the leader of the project team. He was the person, project lead. He was managing the project team. Shirley and another team member had interviewed and hired Abdul for the project team. So Shirley was already working under this manager, and Shirley and another project team member, they both interviewed and finally decided to hire Abdul for the project team. Shirley strongly opposed hiring Abdul for the project because she thought he was not competent enough to do the job. Shirley was having certain reservations regarding hiring Abdul because, according to her, Abdul was not suitable for the product. He was not competent enough, not having enough experience to do the various activities involved in the project team. So she was against hiring Abdul for the project team. However, 7 months, however, Abdul was hired, and 7 months after Abdul was hired, the manager left the project to start her own company. So the project manager or the project lead who was managing this new product division, she left the project team and went on to move further to start her own company. And even though Shirley was opposing Abdul about hiring Abdul, he was already a part of the project team now. The manager recommended that Abdul and Shirley serve as joint project leaders. So before leaving the company and leaving the post of project lead and moving forward to creating her own company, the manager recommended that both Shirley and Abdul should continue as joint project leaders. They would continue as joint project leaders and handle the project team together. This was his recommendation to the general manager. Shirley agreed reluctantly. She agreed, but with some hesitation in her mind, because she was having certain reservations regarding Abdul, about hiring of Abdul, thinking that he was not suitable enough to do the job. And now, since she had to manage the project team equally in an equal post as joint project leaders, so she was little bit hesitant, and but finally she agreed reluctantly. But she had certain stipulation or condition of working as joint project leaders. What was the stipulation? With the stipulation that it may be clear that she was not working for Abdul. She had made the stipulation or condition that she will be working as a joint project leader, but at any point of time she should not feel that she was working for Abdul. She should be working equal to Abdul, not under the Abdul's command. That they will serve as joint project leaders. That she was having the idea that only if they serve as joint project leaders, then only she will continue to work, and she will not continue to head work as the person reporting to Abdul. The general manager consented. General manager, after hearing this stipulation of Shirley, he was consented that Shirley and Abdul should share joint project leadership. So now the manager, who was initially the head of the new product division, is out of the picture. Now Shirley and Abdul are serving as the joint project leader of the project team. Now what happens? Within a month, Shirley was angered by Abdul's action. Even though everything was seeming to be very perfect, everything was in order. Within a month only, Shirley was angered, started feeling angered about the Abdul's actions. What did Abdul do? Abdul was representing himself to others as the leader of the entire project. Abdul was representing himself to all the other members of the project team that he was the sole project leader of the entire project. So this is something, this action of Abdul was creating anger in the mind of Shirley, and she was angered by this action of the Abdul. Abdul was also giving the impression that to everybody that Shirley was working for him. So Abdul was also giving this impression to all the project team members that Shirley was also reporting to him. Even though Shirley had made it clear initially that she will only work in the project team only if she is allowed to work as a joint project leader, and she will not work under Abdul at any point of time. Abdul was using to give an impression to everybody that Shirley was working for him or working reporting to him, which angered Shirley a lot. Now Shirley and Abdul are meeting with you to see if you resolve the conflict between them. So clearly there is a conflict now. Shirley is angered and having a conflict with Abdul. Now since both of them are at loggerheads, they have come to you so that you can understand the situation and resolve the conflict between Shirley and Abdul. Now we have to understand what is the stance, what is the stance of Shirley and Abdul. What is Shirley saying about the situation, and then we have to understand what is Abdul is saying about the situation. Then only after hearing the both parties, we will be able to resolve the conflict. This is the case study that is based upon. So what does Shirley say? Shirley states that right after the joint leadership arrangement was reached with the general manager, even though this joint leadership arrangement was reached with the consent of the general manager, Abdul called a meeting of the project team without consulting her about the time or content. So even though they were uh, considered as the joint project leaders, and this arrangement of joint leadership was consented by the general manager of the company. Abdul, after some time of working together, Abdul had called a meeting of the project team members without even consulting Shirley and without informing her, consulting Shirley about the time and content. What is the time of doing the meeting? Since they were joint project leaders, he could have contacted Shirley regarding at what time would be convenient for Shirley to attend the meeting, what would be the content of the meeting, what are the things that will be discussed in the meeting. But Abdul did not do that. He himself called a project team meeting without consulting Shirley about the time or content. This is what Shirley maintains. This is what Shirley states. This is her side of the argument. Abdul just told her when the meeting was scheduled and said that she should be there. Why Shirley was angered? Why there was Shirley felt that there was anger and she was uh, put cornered at one side because Abdul only told her that a particular meeting has been scheduled and it is your duty to show up for that meeting. Even though they are joint project leaders, she should have been consulted before the before this meeting was held, and the time and the content of the meeting should have been discussed with her earlier. of scheduling the meeting. But this thing was not done by Abdul, and Abdul only informed her about the meeting, how the time of the meeting schedule, and told that she has to be present there. At the meeting also, Abdul reviewed everyone's duties line by line, including hers, and treated her as just another team member working for him. So not only this, Abdul moved ahead with scheduling the meeting on his own without consulting Shirley. He also reviewed everybody's duties line by line, everybody's, all the project team members' duties, including hers, Shirley's also, and treated Shirley as just another team member working for him. This is something which Shirley had opposed initially. She reluctantly accepted this post of joint project leader with the condition that she will not be working for Abdul. After knowing this also, Abdul was giving an impression to everybody that Shirley was working for him, and also at the meeting also, Abdul reviewed everybody's duties along with hers and treated her as just another team member working for him. So this angered Shirley a lot, and this was the main reason why Shirley was in conflict with Abdul. Abdul, not only this, Abdul had also sent out letters and signs himself as the project director. He himself signed all the outgoing letters. He used to sign himself as the sole project director, which was not true because there were two project leaders, joint project leaders, and all these official letters should go with the signature of both the Shirley and Abdul. But Abdul was also sending these letters and signing himself as the sole project director. So these are the reasons why Shirley was angered with the actions of the actions of Abdul, and she was in conflict with Abdul. This is her stance, her arguments against Abdul. Why there is a conflict with Abdul? This is her idea, her understanding of the situation. Now, coming before resolving the conflict, we have to also understand what Abdul has to say regarding this particular issue. Abdul states that Shirley is overly concerned with power and titles. Abdul is stating that Shirley is not completely, is hung up on us, overly concerned about only this post, power and title, not concerned with anything else, not about concerned with the performance of the project team, but only concerned about the project power and title. Just because he signed as project director does not mean he's working. He also maintained that no, just because Abdul has signed certain letters as a project director does not mean that Shirley was working for him. So this was, according to Abdul, a misinterpretation or misjudgment by Shirley. This is what Abdul is saying. Shirley is too sensitive about everything. He also says that Shirley is overly sensitive or too sensitive about everything. When he called a meeting, Shirley accused him of running everything. When the meeting was called by Abdul without informing Shirley, Shirley accused Abdul of running everything. Telling him that he is the one-man show and maintaining everything. So she accused Abdul. This also angered Abdul. Shirley has other projects to run, and she does not pay proper attention to this project. Abdul also said that Shirley was in charge of many projects, so she was also handling a lot of projects. So she was not able to give proper attention to the project concern. That was the reason why Abdul was taking this upper hand, and Abdul was um, proactively handling the team because Shirley had other assignments, other projects to run, so she was not giving proper attention. So he had to step up and do his duty in order to see that the performance of the project team does not decrease. Abdul accuses that Shirley lets things slide, but when he takes initiative to set up a meeting, she complains that he is trying to make her work for him. Abdul also accuses Shirley, saying that Shirley lets things slide. She does not take responsibility. And when Abdul steps up to the situation, He takes the initiative and sets up a meeting. Shirley comes and complains about how Abdul is taking the limelight, how Abdul is in telling everybody or giving impression to everybody that he's running the show, and how Abdul is giving an idea to every people in the project team that Shirley is working for him. So this is Abdul's arguments against Shirley. So you both Shirley and Abdul have come to you, and now you have to decide. You have understood the complete situation. Now you have to decide the ways in which you can resolve the conflict of between Shirley and Abdul. This is the case study. So what you would have done in order to resolve the conflict between them. Now, in this case study, there are certain three questions that you need to answer. I'll discuss those three questions. The first question that you need to discuss is Abdul and Shirley have several conflicts occurring simultaneously. Identify the causes. So, if you see at the case study, there are certain reasons why Abdul and Shirley are at loggerheads. Both of them are fighting with each other. They are having a conflict. And you have to identify the various causes, what are the various sources of this conflict. If you see what are the various sources of conflict, you will be able to understand that certain sources of conflict that can be seen in the case study. You need to identify them and understand how these sources are the potential causes of conflict between Shirley and Abdul. So in this answer, you have to understand the sources of conflict. That also already note has already that is given to you. You have to understand that, and then you have to identify what are the various sources, the causes of conflict that are already given in the note, and then identify what are the causes or the sources of conflict that can be seen from the present case study. Then only you will be able to identify what are the various conflicts that are occurring simultaneously in Abdul and Shirley case study. This is the first question that you need to answer. The second question will be, what are the possible ways to deal with the conflict between Abdul and Shirley? Now, there are the various ways in which the conflict can be resolved. There are 5 ways in which the conflict can be resolved. First are the avoiding, compromising, competing, accommodating, collaborating. Apart from that also, since it is interpersonal conflict, there are certain other ways also in which the conflict can be resolved. We have to identify the various ways, possible ways in which the conflict has to be resolved between Abdul and Shirley. Since Abdul and Shirley have come to you to resolve the conflict, it is your duty to identify, after hearing both sides of the story, both sides of the conflict of Abdul and Shirley, it is now your duty to understand how to deal with the particular situation and how to set the things right and how to resolve the conflict between Abdul and Shirley. So you will be analyzing all the ways in which the conflicts can be resolved in interpersonal conflict, and then come up with a suitable solution in order to resolve the conflict, suitable conflict handling solution in order to resolve the conflict between Abdul and Shirley. Now the third question that we need to discuss is, what could or should have been done to avoid this conflict in the first place. So in the case study only, you have to identify what are the ways or what are the steps that could have been taken or should have been taken in order to avoid this kind of situation, because this is a situation that generally occurs in a various workplaces, in various organizations. So as a HR manager, you need to understand that what are the ways or what are the things that should be done in order to avoid similar kind of conflicts in organizations, and what could have been done or what should have been done in order to avoid this kind of conflict in the first place. Make situation understand, identify the reasons why this conflict has occurred, and also try to understand how to overcome these causes so that the conflict does not arise, similar kind of conflict does not arise. So you have to identify and then understand what steps can be taken, would or should have been taken, to see that such kind of conflict did not arise at the first place. So these are the 3 questions that you need to answer. I will be sending you the a soft copy of the case study. Please go through that. If you have certain doubts regarding the case study, come back to me, contact me. go through the case study, and then come up with all the answers for the 3 questions. I will be identifying the group who will be presenting that, and those group has to present all the 3 questions. No need to panic. Stay at home, prepare, and finally, thank you for your attention.